Alright, we're up and running. Hello, Internet. How we doing? We're almost at 20 weeks of doing this. 20 weeks, and I don't think I've updated progress in a while. What was my last progress numbers? I may not have updated it in a bit. Let me check and make sure. That is not what I wanted to pull up. Drive, thank you. Yeah, I just haven't put in Fi's progress yet. Otherwise, that's basically our progress. Almost 30% now. Relatively speaking. Hooray! One day we'll have it all done. Ah, Crown Handler Force probably out. Fantastic. Maybe somebody will post a spoiler report on like the Reddit. And then I can read it and be like, well, I'll get to watch this movie in like 6 months or something. I don't fucking know. However long it'll take for chapter 4 to come out. Like on home video so I can watch it. But yeah, evening Internet. Back to the CAD. I think what I'm gonna do is, because I was looking at this before I started, I think we're gonna move this shoulder like up to about here-ish. Because I realized just because I think I've made these like shorter than probably the art means for them to be. So I need to like compensate the positioning of the shoulder at least and put it up a little bit higher. No, I should just look for the mouse card image when I'm trying to find the damn Chemy folder. I also just need to clean out my downloads folder because it's a mess of just stuff. But yeah, we're gonna bump these shoulders up. We're gonna kind of rearrange things a little bit. We're gonna bring these down and then kind of like put that hole up higher. Okay. Make sure those are lined up. They are. Fantastic. It'll be a little different from the art because this is meant to be like above the shoulder instead of below it, but it's fine. All right. Like a 3.75. Yeah, like a 2.5. That's an increase of a 1.25. So we need 1.25 because of the scaling. Oh my god. Or not. Let's just put it at 2. See what it comes out at. 3. So that's a full millimeter up. So we need 1.5. Get it to our measurement we want. I've never messed with the scale tool before, so this is a learning experience. 2.25. So up like to 1.75. 5. That should get it to the 2.5 we want. $2.6. Really? Why? $1.8. $1.85. Close enough. All right. We're gonna see how this. Yeah. So. Hey, Devil Spidey, how's it going? How was the Final Fantasy VI? Oh no. That sucks. What break, you bastard? Oh, Triangle Strategy, which is the... That's the... You're not Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know why. This is not... I don't know why that was auto-modded to be like that, but alright. Fix that. Probably. Yeah, it's ATB base, I think is what it's called. I forget what it's specifically called. Yeah. I was trying to find the shoulder joint that was on my desk. I know people cared more for Octopath 2 story-wise than 1. Yeah, I saw Randy Fritchard being like, "Oh, you'll find a way," and I'm like, "People will find a way to not play your video game." Being honest. Okay, that breaks everything. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of like the weird thing about how Octopath Traveler is set up, where all 8 characters are separate and are doing their own thing while together, in quotations. There's not really much interaction, at least in Octopath 1, between all the characters, so you kind of are just like, well, I did part 1 of that character story, now I need to go get party members and get levels, and then I can do part 2 of that character story. And then eventually do part 3, but it's very weird, and I know I fell off Octopath 1 after a little bit. Yeah, like, at least the engine's nice. Because the Dragon Quest remakes are on that same engine. 6, what is the problem now? There we go. I mean, one of the folks from OSW asked that question of just like, how would you adapt Elden Ring? And you know what my answer to it was? It's not a movie. Because here is the problem with Elden Ring and any of the Souls games. You don't have a main character. You don't have a protagonist that is recognizable to the players. Because you know what most people care about in those games? It's the lore. It's the story basically before you wake the fuck up and play that video game. That's what people care about. That's what the real story of, like, all your Dark Souls, all your Bloodborns, all your Elden Rings are. Because what is the plot? The plot you play, mind you, of any Dark Souls game. You wake up, you go and fight a handful of bosses, and then you do an ending. Here's the thing. They all have plots, but it's before you wake up. There is a story within Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring and all that, but it's before you start playing the game because it's how the world got to the point it was that you then play video game in. That is the story. Right, because you aren't given that much information. You are given secondhand knowledge. But that's the part people care about. That's the part that people make videos about, and that's the part that people discuss. So you want to know how you adapt that? You do an anthology series, you give a character from that respective game the ability to tell those stories, and then that is the series. That is what you do. You do an anthology series that tells the story of the various characters. And you have a narrator from that game be the connective tissue telling those stories. That's it. That's what you do. That is how you adapt any Souls game. Is you do that. I don't know. Who are they collabing with now? Oh, you mean the Monster Hunter Wilds? The Street Fighter skins in Monster Hunter Wilds is not even the first time they've done that. Literally, that's not even the first time Street Fighter has done that. Hell, that's not even the weirdest collab Monster Hunter has ever done. Which one was this? This was it Portable Ops? Oh no, it was Peace Walker. Okay. No, I assume it's just armor skins you can get. That's it. You see, the weirdest Monster Hunter crossover is a Peace Walker mission from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, or is a mission from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. This is a real ass mission in Peace Walker, one of the PSP ones. And if you're wondering, yes, this has plot. Because here's Big Boss talking to a fucking Palico. Bear in mind, Monster Hunter is Capcom. Metal Gear Solid's Konami. There's also the Ape Escape stuff in Metal Gear Solid 3, but I'm pretty sure folks know about that one. Well, that's 3mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Seven? It's clipping at the moment because I scaled up the main models, so things are out of alignment and stuff. I'm fixing it. 7.5. I have this set to 5. This. Like a 2.78. A 4.5. So I need to bump it up. Just think. It's fine. I should get it a little better. Still think that shoulder pad's like way too big. Probably, I do not remember specifically offhand. So much for having less shows. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Edit the damn... Oh, God. Edit the damn dimension. Yeah, I saw that they got delayed. Part of that might be because the VFX crews across all sorts of Disney and Marvel stuff have unionized. So they've said, you're going to give us better hours and stuff. Otherwise, they get fucked. Which, fair. Oh, no, that's Shell. Where's... Where's my scale button? A little bit better. Yeah, I like that better. I just need that, these are now. About 0.3. They were 1.5. So it's a 0.37 decrease. I need to increase both of them by like 0.37. They should be back to their normal. Edit. Oh my god. Edit. Edit. It's an annoying thing sometimes. It's 1.8. Yep. Do this, and it's not going to be quite right. It's like 0.0 off. What if I make it a round one? Does it cooperate then? No. Yeah, I saw that and I was kind of sad about that. Especially since, what the fuck's LEGO doing with Bionicle? Because I know damn sure they're not doing Bionicle kits anytime in the near future. One person who was creative in the way he got around his NDA from looking at LEGO stuff at Toy Fair this last year, these last few months. Basically it was like, there's no Bionicle. Yeah, the reason that reboot failed was because it was only targeted at Bionicle people. Literally, it was only targeted at Bionicle people. It was not targeted at anyone else because no one else was going to care about this random ass, like, not well put together, like, animated show on Netflix. Not even animated show, this animated miniseries on fucking Netflix. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's two, they did two differently animated things for the Bionicle reboot. One was 2D animated, one was 3D animated. Neither one of them were done very well. And were primarily aimed at Bionicle people. They weren't targeted at anyone else. It was just old people who knew about this shit because they were the ones paying attention. Nobody fucking knew that Bionicle was back, really. I did because I cared. I guarantee you, if you ask anyone, it's like, hey, did you know Bionicle came back a few years ago? They're going to be like, what? Bionicle came back a few years ago? It lasted 2 years. 2 years. Bear in mind, LEGO gives anything 3 years to make or break, and they cut that shit off at 2 years. That tells you how bad they fucked up the reboot. Yeah. Yeah, there was basically a second season. That was 3D animated. Both of them were on Netflix. But yeah, here's the 2D animated stuff. But then here's the 3D animated stuff they did for the second. I'm showing it just in general, just for folks. If they watch this on YouTube, they will know. But yeah, then they did the 3D animated one, The Journey to One. And like I said, it lasted 2 years and then got killed. Which, bear in mind, from my understanding, LEGO will give something 3 years at minimum. Always give something 3 years to pass or fail before they axe it, if it's failing. That says a lot that Bionicle Reboot lasted 2 years and they axed it. Everything else that they have axed has always lasted 3 years at minimum. Always, from my understanding. That tells you how much they fucked it up. And basically, at this point, Bionicle is probably never coming back. Which, fair. I don't think... Because they've done kits like Bionicle in the last years, except they've been licensed properties, because they've done those, like, action figures, like, licensed figures for, like, Star Wars and Marvel and other such stuff. And, like, that's the same system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure how the numbers on that, but that wouldn't surprise me. I think their biggest thing now that isn't like a licensed thing, I think, is still Ninjago. Probably. It's the only thing I can think of right now that's ongoing that isn't, you know, generic Lego. Like Lego City or something like that. But yeah, like, they have those systems in place, but they're not gonna, like, put Bionicle back out there for that system. You know what they're gonna do? If they bring Bionicle back this time, it's gonna be in a minifigure system. Basically. It's gonna be basically like every other Lego theme that's out there right now. It's gonna be a minifigure theme set. And no one will be happy about it, because that is not Bionicle to them. So if they do that, old Bionicle heads, who at least get it off the ground, won't care, because it's not Bionicle to them. New people won't care, because they're going to be like, oh, it's another Lego theme that's minifigures and stuff. Ooh. because they probably won't market it. Because they damn sure didn't market Bionicle Reboot the first time around. They damn sure ain't gonna do it again. Like, Bionicle is in a no-win, there is no win for them to come back. It might as well just stay dead. Like, let it stay dead, let fans do stuff. Which is why I'm like, why did you care about this, like, fan game? Because, like, they've never cared about fan games for Bionicle before. Why would you care now? And it looked fine. Like, they posted a walkthrough of the stuff, of what they had done, and I'm like, this looks fine. Like, I don't see any problems here. Also, if you're wondering, I got a hold of the uncompressed version of the Star Fox 64 soundtrack and added it to the playlist. That's what you're hearing. Really? Like a point of a million. 1.99 then. Two. It's a solid 2mm pack. You cooperating now? But yeah, honestly, I'm just like, oh well. That sucks. It happens. Oh yeah, that is like going all the way through. Could just drink that down. I have no good measurement for that. Let me. Yeah, that should. To there. To there. $1.56. I have to shrink it down by 1.56. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. That's not. Right, I forgot that I saw that because the wrestling folks I follow are like, what was it, Roman Reigns and somebody else were tapped for it, and I'm like, okay. And then I saw the media conversation of like, Roman Reigns should be Akuma, and I'm like, I think I also saw a comment of like, oh, you know what, make Akuma Jason Momoa, that's the other person. Okay, yeah. I was just like, I thought it was another wrestler, but it's like, it was Reigns and Jason Momoa. Ah, that one. First, I probably need to make this times again. That is certainly a pull to make another movie for, but alright. Okay. I think I'm good on like the shoulder joint stuff. The shoulder joint and shoulder pad. I'm happy with it now. Okay, I'm gonna make tricep downstep. This should. Put this back together. So. Want to go back in there? Yeah, the wrong one. Alright, so you should come down a little bit below where that shoulder pad sits. Oh, no. Measure just yet. That's sitting kind of like flush and square. start with? Start with the circle. Start with my throat main egg. Three by three. Run. Run. Three by three. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna say there. What is my distance? 4.68? Okay. You basically need a 4.68 blocks. It should go from there. It's not gonna give that. Okay, probably not. .98, so probably like 3.9. Give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. And from there, it's whichever room we've got right here. .46, like a 1.4. Right, I can bring this out. Okay, that last part of it was not going to work. What I could do why is it not catching? A little bit shorter. That'll work. It'll be fine. Looks a little weird, but it'll be okay. I can honestly just bring those forward. That would be a far easier solution. Just add meat to right there. Oh, that would be why. Oh, that's too much. It clashes with the button! And that circle right there, so... Nice. .0. Like... Okay. It's basically a cube. Or like right. So I'm already... Five 5.48. 5? Do 5-ish? be... How long is this? Put me as long as the whole thing is. Yeah, that could come in. Right, 4.46. Yeah, okay. Bring this out. Additional one. Wrong thing. Right thing. .1. That's better. And I completely forgot. The measurement I was supposed to be doing to start with, I got distracted. Doing everything else. 4.46. This needs to be 0.9. All right, that was Buddy. You have a good night. All right. That needs to be on the side. falling asleep. You know what? It's fine if it clips right there, because the arm will be out to a certain extent. So it's fine. Just roll the joint. We'll just roll that joint just a little bit. Just want to make sure the flat side of this is lined up with the flat side of that. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't give me enough surface. All right. Put you all the way through. All right, see you, Devil Spidey. There we go. That way I've got a lot of room to work the joint if necessary. Almost there. It's gotta build me a forearm. We might do that next time. It doesn't look like a lot of progress, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Save me a picture of this so I can put this in the Soda Pop Discord. This is like... pretty proud of how far we've gotten. The only thing that looks a little weird is like how like jutted out the legs are, but like I think they'll be fine once you get them like angled the right way. I think once I get the arms about where I want, I might extend these legs out a bit. I might make this piece longer. Yeah, I think we will stop there for tonight. All right, tomorrow, it is Cubage, and we are doing Animal Crossing for the first time, at least for me. So we've got that tomorrow. Saturday, it was really easy for us to get it up and running, thankfully. So we're doing a Cursed Halo randomizer. The levels won't be random. I think no, levels will be random. The enemies will be randomized, and the sound effects will be randomized, which is a nice little like mixed bag of nonsense. The textures won't be, because that was too much. But yeah, that is Saturday and Sunday. We're wrapping up our look at PI with the run-through of the Skull movie. So, if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point, YouTube and chat gets you a link for our YouTube archive, where this and all of our streams are out going up. Exclamation point, social and chat gives you the handles for all of our social media, so you know when we go live. Exclamation point, Discord and chat gives a link. Drop by, say hi. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.